Hey everybody, welcome back to MobVlog. I'm Adam, and today's November 17th. And I just wanted to say to everybody, happy Rednesday, because that's what today is. And I also wanted to thank Brady for coming out and taking the Vegas mob tour with me. Thanks, Brady. Hey everybody, check it. Welcome back. And it's good to see you guys. I'm out here with Brady right now. Brady, been a prescriber since day one. Found the channel in February of 2020 when we were just getting it started, and finally came out here and did the mob tour with me today and some other folks. What'd you think?
Awesome tour.
Yeah? Would you recommend it to your mom?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
You would? Okay, see, that's how often I use the F-bomb on the tour. No, he's from Wisconsin. Seriously, you had a good time?
Oh hell, the best part of my trip out here. Hell
That's
yeah.
awesome, dude. Thanks so much for coming on, man, and doing the tour. Have a great day. Thanks again, Brady, and welcome back. Red Wemette, how are you doing today?
Pretty good. It's working.
Hold on now. Let me just, before we go any further, just stop right there. You're talking about your camera, or you're talking about something else?
My microphone.
Oh, your microphone. See? So you were talking about something else.
Yes. I posted a link to this on Facebook under Friends That Nobody Cares and what I did about it. And I said, you know, the time and what was going to happen. And I said, live. And I said, if my mic works. And I put ... after that.
If it works. That's right. Hey, everybody. It's good to see you. BSJ, Rocco 4JK, Johnny Ramsey, John Ramsey. Hey, how's it going, John? Luminous Grin, Frank Ferraro, Tom Yanks, Michael Graham, JW, Outfit Boss, everybody's here. Scott Buono. I know I'm butchering the hell out of that. Mike Randolph.
Hey, the gang's all here. What the heck can we do?
Tyson Acosta. Hey, Adam and Red. Hope life's treating you well these days. I hope it is you too. Cindy Workman. Oh my gosh. How are you today?
Cindy.
Big Tuna. Hey guys, what's going on? The whole crew's out there today, and we are having a good time today because we're going to be talking about the Mooch.
Louie The Mooch.
How do you get that name? I mean, I'm just going to take a guess.
Well, the guess is easy. He mooched everything.
Okay, so he was the Mooch.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Got a cigarette? Got this? Got that? You know. Do you have change? I don't have change in my pocket.
Oh my gosh.
All I got is these hundreds, you know?
Don't be a mooch and keep all those likes for yourselves. Hit that like button. That's right. Thanks a lot, Jim Magnifici. Don't be a mooch. Push the like button. Damn it. It doesn't even cost you anything to push the like button.
No.
Scott H knows some mooches. Hey, guys, awesome. Welcome into the room, everyone. If you're just getting in, hit the button for us. And Gianni, we're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well. Brian Shepard, Southern Illinois, down there by Shawnee Town. Brian, JW, they hate moochers. So what's the deal with the mooch? He was connected to the Godfather movie through his family. And he was, Cindy, thank you. He was connected somehow through the family?
I think it all started in New York when his father was kind of getting involved in the making of The Godfather, and he gave up too many secrets. And because of that, he wasn't a technical advisor, but because of that, he was clipped. They murdered him. And Louie was sent to Chicago, and under the protection of not Joey Lombardo. There I go again, Adam.
Yeah, you just said that was happening.
Accardo, Tony Accardo. He was sent under the protection of Tony Accardo. And after he got there, a little while later, he decided that he was going to avenge his father and go back with a hit squad and knock out all the people that murdered his father. And Tony Accardo put him on house arrest. That was it. He told him, you don't leave your house, period. You're not doing it. He wouldn't give him permission.
Wow. Just stuck you in the house. So that's it. You're staying here.
Yeah. And when you're told to do something like that, you do it.
Jesus. They didn't put any damn ankle bracelets on. They didn't have to, huh?
No, you don't need an ankle bracelet. You're just told, that's it.
Yeah, you're in this neighborhood. You walk out of this building, somebody's going to see your ass walk out of this building.
And who knows what could happen after that.
Okay. So there's some kind of connection, right, with Thomas Eboli. Now, this was
Tommy Ryan.
All right, Tommy Ryan. So
that was his father. He was really born Thomas Eboli, but he changed his name to Tommy Ryan. It had something to do with boxing.
Okay, so here's a picture. Now that's Al Pacino on the left, on the far left, and a young Al Pacino, mind you, right? And
Right.
then the Genovese capo Patsy Eboli and Al Latari. I know I'm saying that wrong. Littery?
I don't know any of the New York guys, so
okay, so I'm saying this all wrong. Lettieri, right? The great character actor of the 70s was noticed for his infamous turn in The Godfather. My next personal favorite Lettieri character after Virgil Sollazzo has to be the villain with Steve McQueen. Anyway, I guess that
Virgil Sollazzo.
So Eboli was his grandfather. I'm guessing is his grandfather that was in the capo in this Genovese family.
No, it was his father.
Oh, his father.
Yes.
So Tommy Ryan, right? Tom Eboli was whacked because of the Godfather film.
Right.
He got killed because of Sollazzo is. So, okay. Just curious about the picture because again, Al Pacino, it's just an interesting tie-in, that knowing that like actual mobsters.
Rare picture. Why would he pose for that picture?
That's what I mean. A mobster with the actor, you know what I mean? It just doesn't happen a whole lot that they.
The last time anything like that happened that I knew about, I brought up to you, it was when it didn't make a lot of press in Chicago, but De Niro was doing a movie. They started a movie on him with Tony Accardo, and he was beat. I mean, they've cut him out in one of the northern suburbs restaurants, and two guys walked in and beat the hell out of him. And that was it. That was the end of the movie. Then it was supposed to go on to Toronto and be made up there, and it wasn't. It never was made.
Wow. Who was directing that? Was that a Scorsese movie or?
I don't know who was directing it. I really don't. But it hadn't got a lot of promotion. They were just filming it, and they were going to release it. And obviously, the outfit didn't want it released.
Yeah.
They didn't want the notoriety. They had enough notoriety.
Okay. Sorry, just going to take a look at some of your comments here, guys. And please hit the like button. John Wallace, Albuquerque, shout out to you. And Eboli, is that an Italian name? Scott,
yes.
It is, right? Eboli. Anything ends in an E like that.
It was Neapolitan. No, I. It ended in an I. He was Neapolitan.
Yeah, I mean the sound E, Eboli, E.
Yeah, well,
like
it sounds E, but it's with an I.
Yeah, gotcha. Rocco 4, JK, Adam, very cool background. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Don Ciccio Di Porzalo. They beat De Niro up in Chicago? Really? No way. That's Tommy Eboli's brother, Patsy. I think you guys go back to that picture that we just had up. Don Carlo the Fox said it was time to go and pulled the string on Tommy Ryan and Tony Strollo. Yes.
Hey, Brett, how you doing? The Duke of Dunhurst.
See, like when Red just said that, everybody, he sounded like he slurred a little bit, like he's drunk. But I assure you, Red's not drunk.
I can assure you the same thing.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But every once in a while, somebody's like, "Yeah, Red sounds drunk." No, he's not drunk. You just
Water.
There you go. See,
my throat gets dry.
What's going on, Brett? Duke of Dunhurst, good to see you. So, guys, if you have the questions and you want to talk, then you know, yeah. Oh my gosh, chain weaver. They named a nasty disease after the mooch. Eboli. Eboli. Yeah. That's really it's funny. It's a play on words, chain weaver. I like
Jimmy
it.
Cosmo made a joke about that one time because he didn't like him.
Really?
Oh, yeah. He used to call him that guy out west, you know, Eboli. You know who I'm talking about, don't you, Red? Yeah, okay.
Nick Fazzini, how's it going, guys? So, Red, you knew the mooch.
Yes, I knew him quite well, but so did Frank. I mean, Frank Collada, somewhere in your archives of one of the videos you did, Frank Collada talks about they got in a fight at Spanky's, and Frank beat the hell out of him. And so we went for the okay to Joey Lombardo because everybody was locked up for the skim. And, or no, he was on a hunting trip. It wasn't a skim. And so that would have been Yupa. And he said the Yupa would have whacked a ham sandwich, Frank said. I mean, so he said he was lucky, but he had to take a beating for that guy. And he said that was the most depressing thing because they invited him over to Lombardo's home and they were having a barbecue. And he didn't know Louie was going to be there, but he started poking him in the chest. They got into it and he got down on top of him, was wailing into him. And Louie was getting beat. And so Joey Lombardo picked up a brick and handed it to Louie. So he smacked him in the head. Later on, Frank said, "Why'd you do that to me?" And he says, "Are you kidding me? He was looking for the okay to kill you." And that's the kind of guy he was. He wasn't really a tough guy. He really wasn't. He just a very dapper man, dressed very, very, we were just talking about this, cashmere trousers. And, you know, he was very upper scale.
Right.
Joey put him with Lake County, and he ran all of Lake County. And prostitution, B-girl joints, massage parlors, vending machines, and that's how he brought in his money.
Very, very interesting.
But he died early. He died in 1987 of cancer of the pancreas.
That takes you quickly.
Yeah.
I
have him on videotape. One of those videotapes, he's on it where he comes to me and he says, "I got a problem." And it was Sergeant Rizzo that was heading up the gambling team. And he was in charge of it. But he said, "Can you get this guy? Does he take money?" And I said, "Yeah." And so Louie was real easy going with me. He told Jeeps that was there, Dodino, he said, "Give me your phone number." And Jeeps hesitated and said, "I don't really want to do that." And I said, "Give him your phone number. I want this guy to be able to contact you anytime. So you give him a number to reach him." And he said, "Then you reach out for me." And he said, "I want to know if this goes through." So I talked to Sergeant Rizzo, and he told me, he said, "You know, I'm working gambling, and I'm with a task force group with CID, IRS. And it happened to be somebody I knew, Tom Moriarty." And so what happened was I got back to him and told him, I said, "No, there's no way he can do it. He can't take care of you guys." So in a way, I was kind of a fixer myself. I was a go-between between the police department, people I had that were connections. I did favors for it. They did favors for me. So I kind of did that myself. But Louie was really a nice guy. I was sorry to see he died. It's a funny story. was that Jeeps one time came in and said, my guy's sick. That's how we referred to people, my guy. You know, my guy's sick. And I said, how sick? And he said, he's sick, very sick. And I said, well, you know, when will he get well? And he said, doesn't look good. Doesn't look good at all. And I said, really, that bad, huh? And he said, yeah. And I said, oh, he's terminal, huh? And he said, looks that way. Well, about 3 or 4 months later, when I was talking to Jeeps Stadino, Anthony Jeeps Stadino, he turned around and said, I asked him, I said, how's your guy doing? You know, is he getting along? I was trying to be cordial. And he said, he's okay. And I said, what do you mean okay? I thought you told me, you know, he wasn't doing too good. He was going to die. And he said, I never said that. What are you trying to do? Get me killed? I mean, he was real upset over it. He said, don't say that.
So quickly, a B-girl. I asked you this 100 times, but quickly, what's a B-girl?
A B-girl. She runs around hustling drinks, and usually it's tea that looks like it's liquor, and they pour it into her glass, and they give her a swizzle stick. And that swizzle stick she turns in at the end of the night, and from that shows how many drinks she hustled. And then they pay her for all the drinks that she hustled, because there was really no liquor in it. But she got some guy, if he bought her 4 or 5 drinks or something like that, you know, when he stopped buying her drinks, she moved on to another guy. I used to be the guy that was tending bar that said, buy the lady a drink, sir. And if the guy didn't respond, that was it. She packed up and moved on to another place at the bar.
And that's what Red did before the adult bookstore. So instead, when you ended up at the adult bookstore, instead of saying, buy the girl a drink, you'd hand a handy wipe and say, come again. Thanks for coming. Okay.
No, that was before the days of porn, but in my life.
So so wait a second. You back up. You have video, just like you gave me just like you gave me a Frank Schweiss. You have video of Louie The Mooch.
He may be in one of the videos I gave you. I don't know.
No, I went through all of them. It's just Frank Schweiss. Well, I've put them all into the system. I just haven't. No more rim shots. Luminous grin. If anybody's gonna hi-hat me, dun dun, it's gonna be me. Oh boy, save it up for the end, guys. It's gonna be really good at the end. Betamax. Oh my gosh, Carl Foster. You sold Betamax tapes, is that right? Betamax?
Actually, I never really sold, and yeah, I did in the very beginning when we switched over from film, Super 8s. We had Betamax, but very few of them. It jumped into VHS right away.
Okay, so look, this is why this is interesting. By the way, street stories. Good question. Was Louie The Mooch at the house in Bensonville when they killed Spilotros?
Yes,
he was. Was he in the crew in the basement, or was he upstairs?
Yes.
He was downstairs.
He was downstairs. Yeah.
Okay. So street stories. I saw your comment too on your channel. Listen, don't let anybody make up your mind for you about your channel. Okay. People told me not to continue on with this channel, and I did. Okay. Because nobody's going to tell me what I want to do or don't want to do, but have fun with whatever you do, for Christ's sake. Don't do something you don't like doing, or you're going to end up working. Fuck. Don't do that. Jesus. Go open. You know what? Go drive people around. Tell them ghost stories. Okay. Do something fun.
I have something to add. You asked me a question. Was he there?
Yeah.
Nick Calabrese testified on the witness stand in Family Secrets that he grabbed the legs of Michael Spilotro, who was down the steps first. And it was Louie The Mooch that garroted him with a rope, put it around his neck, and choked him to death.
Mm-hmm.
So was he there in the basement? Yeah, he was there in the basement waiting.
Okay, so he was. All right, so next question here that I thought is really good, and that is, because his family was from New York and he's in Chicago, and this is John O, did he have more of a New York or more of a Chicago area accent?
He seemed to have a Chicago area accent to me. I never caught any New York accent. I didn't know anything about New York until many years after 1988, 1989. I didn't know anything about it because he just looked like a Chicago guy that was very refined, and he didn't have a New York accent at all.
Mm-hmm. So it was then a Chicago accent. So
I never thought of people being from Chicago as a Chicago accent until I moved around the country. When I got to the Redneck Riviera, they said, "Oh, you got a Yankee accent."
I didn't know I had a Chicago accent till I got to Chicago. No, I didn't know I had a Chicago accent till I got out to Las Vegas and had somebody started. I basically had an English tutor teach me that a French room wasn't a thing. So I even almost said Chester drawers. Okay. I mean, like it was, well, let me tell you, James Marvin, do you know how to get a hold of Spilotro's son? He passed away, James. So sorry, but no go there. And let's see here. Okay, Scott H. I thought the Spilotros were still alive when they buried them. True or false?
True.
There was dirt in their lungs.
They were unconscious, but they were breathing.
That's because there was sand in their lungs, right?
Yeah, all the way down to esophagus and lungs, and they brought a lot of dirt out.
That's yeah.
Bad way to go. Very
okay.
bad.
Juana Cho, I work in Bensonville. Do you know where the house was located that the Spilotros were murdered? They had to have said that in the trial, right?
They did and didn't. There was a lot of guesswork on that because people were brought there to do the deed. They didn't know where they were going. And sometimes they were in a van where they couldn't see out the window, stuff like that, and they just got there. But everybody I talked to told me it was Louie's old house, and he had left the house. He didn't sell it, but he left it, and he went to Oakbrook. He moved to Oakbrook, and he left all the furnishings in it and everything else. And at that time, in 1986, it probably was in pretty good shape.
Got it. Leanne's rolling along. How are you? It's good to see you. I haven't seen you. We haven't seen you in a couple of weeks. Bart Pappas. Ebele grew up in Melrose Park.
Yes, he did.
Now, Slappy Maxie says, Red, you came from a really tough neighborhood. What would happen if another young boy with the last name Flowers moved in? Wouldn't he be guaranteed to get his ass kicked by the neighborhood kids?
Either that or he'd kick ass, one of the two, but he'd be in a fight.
One of the two is going to happen. And that's why God made me 6'5".
Yes.
Said, you know what? The kid's going to have a stage name. And that's what happened. I got a stage name, Adam Flowers. And I was like, fuck it. Let's just go with it. You know what I mean? And what would an Adam Flowers? That'd be a magician. That sounds pretty good. So why not?
6'5", 250 pounds. You don't want to mess with this guy.
No, come on. I'm a nice guy. I'm a really calm, sweet,
a gentle giant,
easy, gentle person. Yes, I am. True. Michael Graham. Frank Collada's story about Louie the Mooch is having to watch it. Oh, is having to watch Tony Accardo's Monkey. It's in that episode. It's the one with the Persian rug in the background. See, Red and I looked for the damn thing for 20.
He was talking about Willie Messino.
I almost said 20 minutes.
That was Willie Messino he's talking about.
Yes, I know the episode now. Now I could find the damn thing if I looked, because we were gonna play the damn thing, and unfortunately we couldn't find it. Wasn't tagged in the video, so it wasn't like I could search it out. And anyway, so it was Louie the Mooch's house. They couldn't find it. Street Stories. It was Louie the Mooch's house. They couldn't find it.
Well, actually, the people that were there, Nick Calabrese, said he didn't know where it was at on the stand because he was brought there like in seclusion, where he didn't actually know where he was going. And mind you, it was dark. It was dark then too.
Right.
So imagine riding around not knowing where you're going, but knowing you're going to do something, a murder, but very secretive, very, very secretive.
Ryan, I'm sorry.
So a lot of people actually, called me from ABC Eyewitness News, called me and asked me if I knew where the house was. And I told him I did. And he said, well, can you give it to me? Because it's, it's coming up in the trial and everybody's talking about it. And I said, no, I can't. I can't do it. I was told not to. Mitch Mars told me not to.
Okay. Ryan Brown, isn't Louie the Mooch the guy Frank Collada had to take a beating from on orders from an outfit boss or a higher up? Yes. And
it was by orders. It was by orders of Joey Lombardo.
Yeah. Now
Joey Lombardo said, would you rather take a beating or get whacked? And he said, if Joey Yupa was still in town, he was out hunting. But if he was still in town, he'd whack a ham sandwich. He'd give the okay to whack a ham sandwich.
That was the exact words. Yeah.
He said, I just saved your life.
Okay.
And he said, but can you imagine the humiliation of taking a beating? Somebody else reaching down and giving him a brick, so he could smack Frank in the head.
Yeah. That's and getting hit with a brick in the head. I don't want to go into it, but I know a little bit more about what went on that day. Frank told me that I'm not going to repeat, but it was not a good sight, and it wasn't a nice. Well, come on, But I guess if Iupa was around, that would have been a whole different outcome.
He'd have given the okay.
So Ryan, yes,
we could have gone to somebody like Ailman or anybody and said, I want this guy clipped. Or he could have gone to Schweiss and said, I want this guy clipped. And it would have happened. But he never got the okay.
Michael Graham, Adam, that episode's Coffee with Collada for. See, I told you somebody's going to remember which episode it was. Red is right. It was Willie Massino, not Louie Eboli.
Wrong, Michael.
Sure wasn't Willie Massino?
It wasn't Wee Willie.
Wee Willie. No? No, guys. Wait. Michael, here's what I think you're remembering, because I'm there was another ass kicking that Frank took, and it was outside of a bar. And Frank basically tried to get underneath of a car because I think that was Louie Massino.
I don't recall that one.
Anyways, I think that's what it was. So if I have it wrong, I have it
wrong. Out by Spanky's. A lot of fights took place out in the parking lot.
Yeah, it was Spanky's, as a matter of fact. So, and then the other one I remember was Pete Basil out here by the upper crust. When Frank reached up with his face to bite it. Reached up with my face. I love that description. So I heard, Bart Pappas. I heard the house that Spilotros were killed in Bensonville was supposedly owned by Lee Magnifici's brother-in-law.
Well, that's what you heard. Okay. I wasn't there. You weren't there. And I heard it from my source was the U.S. Attorney's Office and several other people that they interviewed, but they never went on trial. They pled guilty. There was a lot of people in Family Secrets that just pled guilty, and they never went to trial. They were left over with 5.
Yeah, Keith, it's the Mandela effect. That's what's going on right now. It's got to be, right? Oh, no. Michael Graham said, no, I was talking about Red being correct about the monkey story. Oh, sorry, guys. The monkey story, yes.
The monkey story, yeah. Massino hated taking care of that monkey. He said, I believe I listened to Frank say he wanted to kill that monkey, but he didn't dare because it was a Cardo's monkey.
The monkey used to throw shit at him, he said.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Definitely not Willie. He took care of JB's house. Yeah, that guy. We got that. I got that mixed up in my head too, guys. Louis Tomatoes looked like a movie star. Louis Tomatoes. I don't know. Jehoda? Do you know Jehoda? Do you know Jehoda?
I didn't know Jehoda, but all the guys talked about it when I was in for Family Secrets, because they said he used to walk through the neighborhoods after he testified. He used to walk through the neighborhoods and talk to people. And two of the guys turned around and looked and said, he must have had a death wish. You know, he felt guilty about testifying against the mob. So he must have had a death wish. I don't know what happened to him. He was in witness protection. He didn't really care. He just went out and walked in Grand and Ogden, all over the city, in places, his old haunts, his memories.
You guys are really creative. Hey, in case you didn't hear, the mob tours are back open here in Vegas. And if you guys come out and you do the tours, use the promo code MobVlog, okay, for the mob
And
vlog.
don't miss the mob tours. They're great. I've been on all three of them. They're fine. They're wonderful.
And we now have the Untouchables experience, which is, listen to this. It's only $200 a person, but listen to what you get. You get to go on the mob tour, which is $120 normally. So you do the mob tour from 3 to 5:30. Then you have dinner at the Tuscany Gardens, 3-course meal, 5 entrees, including 1 steak, 5 different to pick from, including a steak. It's all Italian, okay? And then after dinner, you get to go watch the Rat Pack is Back show with Frank, Sammy, Dean, and it is not a politically correct show, guys. I mean, it took place in the 60s. You get it?
Yeah.
So let's just say that's just the era it is. Anyway,
let's rules then.
Enough.
I'm waiting for you to come up with the haunted, not the underground house tour.
That's going to be starting very soon too.
I'm waiting for that, because I know people will love that.
Oh no, they're gonna like it.
I
Smart.
was there for the book signing downstairs. I loved it.
Yep, it's a heck of a place to see. So, all right, Don Berlin, let's get back to the Berlin girls, the B girls, and the many twizzle sticks. Did anyone ever get laid in those places that were off Rush, or did guys go home to the Boulevard of Sad Dreams? Very sad.
Yes, there are quite a few people, different places, only certain places where they had a back room, and things happen.
Okay, so
mostly oral sex.
All right, now that we've gotten that specific, it's very good. No manual manipulation, oral manipulation is what, that reminds me, Red. This old couple, the guy got married. I mean, he's like a Kirk Kerkorian. The guy was in his 80s, and he married his wife. She was in her 80s, and he said, I want to make a baby. I want to have a child, with you and make a baby. And she agreed, let's give it a shot and a go. So they went to the doctor, and
they're both 80 years old?
They're both in their 80s, yeah. And the doctor said, I'm going to have to take and run some of your juices through the machine and figure out if you even have the right, amounts to make this happen. And we're going to have to check and see if so let's start with that. He said, take this jar home. He said, and then collect the sample, okay? And then bring it back tomorrow.
How'd they get the samples of the eggs?
No, they just started with his just to see if his count was high enough.
Start out with him first.
So they went. So the next day, he shows up, and they show back up at the doctor's office, and he's got the jar with him, and the jar, it's empty. And the doctor said, well, what happened? And he said, I got on this thing last night with my left hand. He said, and after about 10 minutes, he said, I switched over my stronger hand, which is my right hand. He said, I went on about 15 minutes with that. Then she even popped her dentures out. She got on the damn thing for about 15 minutes. And after all that crap, we still couldn't get the lid off this damn jar.
Oh, wow.
Couldn't get the lid.
Hey, it was the Hail Mary. He wasn't about to say no.
Vroom. Vroom. Yeah, Red, never mind. Everybody else is laughing their asses off. Believe me, they're laughing their asses off.
I have a visual picture
That's
of that.
a hilarious joke. Oh, my God. Duke of Dunhurst. Carl Foster had to use his strong hand. Okay, so.
That's what you're getting strong-armed, I guess.
All right, Nick Macy. Let's get serious. Big no-no saying someone is sick. People stop paying off debts. Oh.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It's a big no-no, though, to say somebody's sick.
I guess.
People stop paying off debts.
Oh, I get what you're saying, Nick. Like I was going to stop paying because he was dying. No, I knew from day one, it just gets passed on. Frank told me. Everybody knows that when somebody goes to prison, it doesn't mean anything. Somebody else is going to collect for you. The outfit's always going to have a piece of you.
Yeah, got it.
You know, probably, I don't know. He looked scared. Like if anybody heard about it, Jeeps did. If anybody heard that he said he was dying, that was like, you know, he get whacked.
Hey, Adam. Greetings from Elmwood Park. All right, so Keith Helton said that sucked.
Did.
Actually, it didn't. That was the whole point of it, was that there wasn't any of that going on, and because of the jar. But anyway, it's fine. You guys can turn on me now. It's all good. It's not like I've never.
I just wonder if she gargled.
It's not like I've never died before. Okay, in front of an audience, happens often.
Put me on the show. You're going to die all the time.
Well, no, man. That's why I have you on regularly. You know. Well, I die alone.
Yeah. You Don Rickles me.
Oh, boy. I took the test. Took me forever to find a soft tweezer. I took that test. It took me forever to find a soft tweezer. Oh, my God. No. Jay Magnifici, Trail. You're saying they had a hard time getting the lid off the pickle jar. Yeah. All right. So maybe it would have been better if I had props for you. Yo, Adam and Red, Louie the Mooch Eboli. Think his father was Genevieve's family member in New York City?
Yes.
Yeah, that's how we started the show off. By the way, hit the like button, guys. It's only going to cost you 1 second of your time to hit the like button. So, yes. So,
and you'll get this video out there where everybody will watch it, and they'll maybe enjoy it as much as you have.
There you go. So Leanne rolling along thought it was hilarious. Good. See, because Leanne has a good, dirty sense of humor. That's what I'm talking about. Paul Mua. Hey guys, have you seen all the mob YouTube channels attacking each other? Funny, Red. I actually asked you about that deal when we were talking about, hey, you want to do Louie Eboli or talk about this or whatever? And I said, you know what we should do? We should compare. Because I can look at stats with software that I have, and I could compare the different channels, all the big different true crime mob channels, and compare which ones are growing faster or slower. So actually, which is the fastest growing channel out there? I looked it up. I know who the leading person. I should just say it. I know who the leading guy is. Who's going to, if the rate that it's going, he'll end up being the biggest mob genre channel out there within a year. But anyway,
but you know, I pointed out to Adam, really, folks. I pointed out to Adam, these guys have big studios, they pay big bucks, and Adam runs this out of a home studio. I'm out of my home, so it's a little bit different.
It's not even that,
because they pay $20,000 just to do one show.
It's not about. It really is. Its content is more important, I think, than quality. Not that you shouldn't put shit videos out there, but if the quality is not as great, but the content is good, people are still going to listen.
How many times have you listened to one, Adam, and you listened like 2 or 3 minutes and said, I don't want this, I'm off?
I'm going to be honest. Okay, are you ready? I'm going to be honest. I haven't watched any of them. I just haven't. And
I clicked on the one with Johnny Russo and listened about how he lost his virginity to Marilyn Monroe when he was 16. And right after that, click, I didn't want to watch it anymore.
I listen to some other podcasts here and there, but you know who I want to listen to? Okay, you guys are going to just be like, what this guy is. All right, so I'll listen to things like I love listening to motivational stuff. I love listening to YouTube videos with Elon Musk interviews.
Who's the Iranian guy? He's
Valuetainment.
Yeah, I like him. I like Patrick,
him. Yeah, that was, and that was actually when we were discussing this. That's the guy who actually started the whole mob genre to take off on YouTube. I mean, you put it hands down. He was the one who really made any of all this stuff happen. Because
I watched him interview Oscar Goodman.
Yeah,
I mean, he was really on a lot of things.
But it's interesting because he went around and started interviewing different people and got into different genres and found different audiences. And that's pretty it was pretty big. And now, but you said something else to me the other day when I said, let's talk about that on the channel. And you said, Adam, I don't want to be trite. And I said to you, ooh, I have to look a word up. Hold on. Right? Back to the basics. What do the viewers and what do the listeners that you guys here on MobVlog want to hear about? You want to hear about Chicago mob, plain and simple. Yeah. You really don't want to hear about other YouTube channels, and you don't want to hear about New York mob unless there's a connection to the Chicago, like today with Ebele, which is interesting. All right. But yes.
Or like Frank Schweiss going out to Jersey to do a hit for somebody out in Jersey.
Right. So anyway, it's interesting because today, and there's a lot of you on right now. We have a lot of viewers, a lot more than usual, I would say, today. And you guys enjoyed Chicago, and that's it. So Lefty Rosenthal started it all. Hey, Red, have you ever met Ori Spado? Charles?
No, I haven't, and I have no desire to. Okay, I have a very low opinion of that man.
Those Pother New York YouTubers are
Ori Spado sent me some private messages that were kind of unflattering, so to speak. He called me a drunk. And
I say sometimes you sound like you slur. I catch it every once in a while. I'm like, but I know you're not drinking. I'm positive of it. So
I'm drinking water.
Yeah. For what it's worth, this is my favorite mob channel. Modesto Torres, thank you so much.
Thumbs up.
We are all friendly here, Scott H. Well, yeah, and
it's kind of like a family.
Well, that's it. It's discussions. It's not. Well, and then the other because I guess that, and I don't know, guys, because I don't watch, but I guess there's a lot of going back and forth. John McShane.
Ori Spado and Michael Francis, they went back and forth, and I think you had him on. You had him on your show.
I did. I interviewed Ori. Yeah, I did. I read his book, The Accidental Gangster, and I interviewed him, and I listened to his stories. Before I interviewed him, I listened to maybe 5 minutes of him being interviewed by Vlad, and I listened to it just to see if there was something in the interview that Vlad might have asked, but Ori didn't, delve into more. So I was looking for, some way into opening up,
bringing it out, bringing the dialogue, understanding it.
Yes, and hearing more. Who's Ori, right? Just like when I interviewed you with the video, "Who is Red Wemette?" Which, by the way, it's funny enough because this channel it's going through this change. We're getting new people that are coming onto the channel all the time, and then we get people that are like, "We're out, peace." And that's cool too, because there were a lot of people.
By the way, very interesting. I asked. Here I go. I asked. Tony Pellicano called me. He knows how to reach me. And I asked him, I said, because I really didn't mention any names during that video I put up, but I asked him, I said, do you know who the fixer is? Because he was laughing about it. And I said, I was referring to Ori Spado, and he said, who's he? He didn't know who he was.
All right, Lewis Cole, let's bring us back on track. What rackets in Chicago was Eboli actually involved in?
Massage parlors he was big in. He was big in amusement machines. He was big in prostitution. Lake County was his territory, up in Lake County. And Larry and Joey Petit, both brothers, they were burglars, and they paid tribute to him. But that was basically what he was in. He had crews that went out and did jobs and stuff like that. And when he did, they paid him. So he was a heavyweight, but he had Joey Lombardo behind him.
Gotcha. BSJ, thank you very much. I think that's Brady, guys. I'm almost positive that's Brady. Thanks a lot, Brady. Appreciate that. And I think I say that it's Brady because I'm pretty sure you said, I don't know, but thanks again for coming on the Hey everybody, check it. Welcome back. And it's good to see you guys. I'm out here with Brady right now. Brady, been a prescriber since day one. Found the channel in February of 2020 when we were just getting it started. And finally came out here and did the Mob tour with me today. And some other folks. What'd you think?
Awesome tour.
Yeah? Would you recommend it to your mom?
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
You would? Okay, see, that's how often I use the F-bomb on the tour. No, he's from Wisconsin. Seriously, you had a good time?
Oh, hell, the best part of my trip out here. Hell
That's
yeah.
awesome, dude. Thanks so much for coming on, man, and doing the tour. Have a great day. Did you hear that? He said it was the best part of his trip.
Yes, he sounds like a very genuine, happy guy, too. The kind of people
totally,
you
man.
want to know.
Yeah, of course. And that's what I like about the viewers, and is you guys are just, you're down to earth. Homer Bryant, Adam, do you have any more unseen Frank Collada material we've not seen? Yes, I do. I have 3 hours.
It takes a lot of editing to do it, though.
All right, so I have 3 hours of 360-degree camera footage. And what that means is that you
virtual reality. Yeah.
Yeah, you could take the VR headset, and then when you have it on, it's like sitting in our tour van in the back seat next to Frank, because the VR headset the camera, I mounted it right at about head level, same height as Frank. Okay. So when you put it on, you feel like you're sitting next to him in the van. It's not in 3D, but it's like a video screen all the way around you. So when he says, oh, look out, there's Tony's house, and you can look out the window and there it is, and look back at Frank and the expression, listen to him tell the thing. So is there unseen footage? You bet your ass there is.
That should be good.
RV Doc, we have read True History book. See? So was Louie Eboli a killer?
He must have been. He was made.
I thought you didn't have to kill somebody to be made.
That was later on. Back in the old days, in the 70s, early 70s, you had to pop somebody in order to get made.
Lewis Cole, thank you very much. All the way from all across the pond, buddy. Appreciate you. We really appreciate you.
Hey, Lewis.
Don't know if anybody. Okay, so let's see. Otto Mobo, I've never heard your name before. Welcome to the channel. Red, don't know if I ever asked you. Did you ever do anything around the strip in North Chicago across Great Lakes Naval Base?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Actually, Frank Schweiss and I were up there. We were looking for all the Navy guys that got out. You know, they were in boot camp or at the base. They used to go out the gate and they used to buy Playboy, and they buy like 10,000 of them at this newsstand. And so I decided, my own idea, that we would go up there and open up a porn shop right outside the main gate in North Chicago. And Frank and I made a couple trips up there. We looked at it, and he decided that it wasn't worth it. But I let it go because the investigation was on Frank Schweiss. It really wasn't on opening up a new place.
Thanks, Doug, for hitting the like button. Really do appreciate you. JCC, you are correct. I did leave comments on another YouTube channel called Mafia Made. One night, YouTube suggested the channel, and I go, oh, I'm going to watch and see, because he's sitting there talking like Red does sometimes. And I have in the past. So I tuned in and I said, hey, man, want to do an interview? Because why not, right? Help promote somebody else's channel. The guy's sitting there obviously trying to get his channel going. And I thought, it'd be interesting to talk to and interview, and maybe it would help him grow his channel a bit. Could have even picked me up a couple of people. YouTube loves that cross channel stuff. They do like it. So, but yeah, you're right. I have looked at other Mafia channels, but I'm telling you guys, like, not an avid watcher. I've listened to Sammy the Bull. I've listened to some of Michael Francis. And it's
I don't have any interest in New York personally. I really don't.
Sometimes somebody else.
Chicago was a part of my life.
Yeah.
So, and now Las Vegas is a part of my life after going out there. There's a lot of fascinating things in Las Vegas.
It sure is. John Drummond, best reporter on the outfit was John Drummond.
Close friend of mine. I talk to him like every other day now.
Wow. Well, that's
actually found me. He found me a screenwriter for the movie.
Oh, nice.
So we're doing a friend of his. Somebody he introduced me to. We're actually doing the script for the movie because this guy writes screenplays. He's done several. He's very good. I liked it. He sent me a copy. And right now, as a matter of fact, I got an email today. And I had to correct him on the email because he knows nothing about mob life at all. He doesn't know anything, but it's an interesting thing. It may be a long haul, but we'll get there.
Bruce City 2, Great Lakes Naval Base had an indirect connection to the Milwaukee Mafia. Buses from Milwaukee brought sailors to the He-She dance shows. Drunk sailors did not know that the girls were males. Mafia run.
Yes. That's true. And it was so funny because you see, you and I talked about something about this, and they'd be swapping spit. They'd actually be kissing them and everything else. And then all of a sudden they reach down and find out they weren't grabbing.
Extra parts down there, in other words.
Yeah, different parts. And the other guys would make fun of them. It was the butt of the joke. If you had a friend I was stationed at Great Lakes at one time, Marine Barracks, Building 1. And if you had a friend that you really wanted to play a bad joke on, you bring him to one of these places and he'd fall in love almost. He'd want to get laid, and all of a sudden he'd realize it's not a woman.
You can't say that today, Red. You can't say that today.
Oh, yeah. Excuse me.
Can't say that
I
anymore.
can't say it, right?
No. Well, I mean, back then you could say it.
Wait a second. Do you mean I can't say what I want? I can't say what's in my mind? I can't express my opinions?
Wait. That's freedom of speech.
That's what I call it.
Yeah, that's called freedom of speech.
And I'm not politically correct. And I always will profile people to the day I die.
Well, I just want to say because we got a fan named Misty.
Okay.
So she used to be a biker, and she was in the Marines, Semper Fi, yeah. And but now she's Misty. You know what I'm saying? So, and very nice. Well,
times have changed. Times have changed a lot. I know when they first put women Marines into combat, I was very upset because I thought about it and said, okay, what about these big guys that are really big? Can they firemen's carry them off the field if they get hurt? Or, different things like that. Physically, are they capable? And then when they really went to combat and started doing things, I found out that the Marine Corps weeded them out and found that the ones that were really capable of doing it did it. So hats off to the gals out there that can make the muster. I mean, you can do the job. It doesn't matter that you're a female. Hats off to you. It wasn't like that in the old days. So they were wearing nail polish and everything else.
All right, but I guess what I was getting at was that Misty was in the Marines, but when she was in the Marines, she went by a different name, more masculine name.
Thank you for serving. Thank you for serving.
There you go. So you can say
whatever you something that somebody else didn't do. So you cared.
You could say whatever you want to say. So, but anyway. Didn't the girl's mustache give the sailors a clue?
No. No, they did all kinds of things. They waxed their mustache, or they did all kinds of things. They were very clever in the way they did it.
There you go, Bruce City.
Actually, I was fooled by a couple of them until somebody told me.
Brett says the sailors didn't see the Adam's apple.
A lot of them didn't. I always look for the Adam's apple. I told you that. First thing I looked at was for the Adam's apple.
Check and make sure it was there, did you?
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
See what I just did?
Grab here to down here.
I don't believe this. Oh my God. What's the hell's a Marine without his gun?
He's not a Marine. You mean his rifle or his pistol, or do you mean his gun?
His gun. Yes, his gun. That's where Scott's going. His gun. Oh man. John Drummond is a true gentleman and such a giving person. Worked closely with Bill Curtis on Mob Productions.
Yes, he did. And not only that, I think he has the distinction of being the only reporter to actually interview Tony Accardo. He actually interviewed Tony Accardo. We were talking about it. And I said, how'd you get the interview? And he said, because I was always a gentleman. I never was like Chuck Goudie and tried to hurt people or, ask loaded questions or something like that. He had class. He had class, still does. He was the guy who told me to write Nobody Cares What I Did About It. He turned around and said, Red, you got to write that book. People are going to forget about you. You're going to be gone, and you're a part of history.
Was the mob involved with Big Al's strip club in Peoria?
I don't know specifically, but I'm sure if it was a strip club and it was in Peoria, somebody had a piece of it.
All right, Slappy Maxie. I've been reading all your comments. Trust me, I'm not ignoring you.
Who are you neglecting today, Adam?
Slappy Maxie. Did Doug Henning have mob connections? How come he became more famous than Adam Flowers? Because both Doug and Adam had the same look, the act. Adam Flowers and Doug Henning, Wonder Child, with all the hippie flowers around him, right? So this is what you're going for. And have I ever toured the Nevada brothels? Haven't had the need to. Haven't had the desire to either. You know what I mean?
Haven't had the need to.
Really haven't. But I tell you what, if you come out here and book a tour, and then I'll have the need to, if you're paying me, to take you there, okay? That's if you have the desire
Adam
to go.
is a family man. He has a wife, Allie. She's great.
Did Drummond adopt 2 black kids?
No.
Okay, don't know about that.
No, he did not. I knew his family. I knew his children. I knew his wife before she passed away. She had cancer. We used to talk for hours on the phone. She liked talking to me. It kind of relaxed her. And John thanked me afterwards when she passed away.
Chuck Goudie is Chicago's lead outfit reporter right now.
Well,
what does he report on? What does he report on? No, seriously, Dead Bug
Anything controversial. Anything controversial. If somebody's getting out of jail or they want a COVID relief,
okay, gotcha. There's something like that's going on. All right.
He jumps in on it.
Yes. So
he only looks like, a geriatric, but he still does it.
Okay. Well, there you go. But Dead Bug Doug, seriously, I don't get the Chicago news out. I say that I'm on the internet. I don't get the Chicago news. No, I mean, really, I look up I see things that pass by in.
Who buys newspapers these days?
No one.
Sales are way off. Nobody has paper. They watch it on the internet.
I was just talking to somebody and said, we don't print rack cards or brochures for the tours, rack card stuff for advertisement. We don't do it anymore. And then Caesars Entertainment announced they stopped doing it too for advertisement. Nobody wants to pick up paper and look at paper anymore and go, oh, look at that, this piece of paper. It's got a picture.
Not only by the way, it's fine print. It's very fine print.
That's me right there. No, not here. That's over here. Yeah. That's me. And that's Denny Griffin right there. And that's Dennis Arnoldy. And that's Frank.
How many people would rather listen to the story than actually read it?
Yeah. I think a lot of people, it's a preference. Some people enjoy listening. Other people enjoy reading. Personally, me, I will take a book and pick it up over listening to an audio story because I'd rather sit there and let my eyeballs look at the letters, and I can read fast. If I have to read it out loud, it will slow me down. I read fast and I imagine everything.
Oh, your mind goes there.
Yes. So I enjoy sinking into the book. You know what I mean? Forgetting where I am and creating this crazy picture in my head. And I'd rather do that than listen to somebody. I'd rather do that than watch a movie because even there, the movie's showing you a picture and you're not creating it in your brain.
For any of you folks that really care about it, speaking of movies, today's the release of Tiger King 2. And Tiger King 1 was kind of a blast and success. And I thought it was funny. I really did. I thought it was the craziest thing I ever saw in my life. But I'm kind of dying to see it today. I'll probably watch it later on.
What was that again that you're watching?
Tiger King 2.
Oh, my God. Don't tell me they did a part 2.
Yes, they did. And it's done. It's coming out today. It's on.
No. On Netflix. It's got to be on Netflix because Netflix is the one who had it.
Story you never heard.
No. There was some follow-up at the end of Tiger King. There was some follow-up to that.
But this is a whole new production. This is a whole new thing. It's Tiger King 2.
How can it be Tiger King 2? He's in jail. New episodes. No way.
Actually, I saw the trailer, and they have him talking through prison, talking on a prison phone about what's going on. And some of the other people, the other characters are very interesting.
Tiger King 2 trailer.
A bunch of carnival people. No, just put Tiger King 2. It's coming out.
Well, I'm looking at. I see Tiger King 1. I don't see Tiger King 2. Hold on. I just see Tiger King 1 says new episodes, and that new episode says trailer for Tiger King 2.
Right.
Okay.
Watch the trailer. It's out today.
So it's coming out today. That's part 2, Adam. Okay, Duke of Dunhurst, if you say so. So.
I don't know. It's like an accident. It's like an accident. Everybody stops to watch it after I binge watched the first one because I thought it was so ridiculous. I mean, it was crazy, absolutely crazy. All the things that went on it.
Well, I started that at the beginning of the pandemic. Allie was like,
"That's when it happened. Everybody was bored."
Well, yeah. Allie said, "Well, let's watch." I said, "Get the hell out of here." I looked at let's just watch it for 20 minutes, and then if we, 20 minutes in, I was like, "Wait a second." Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Gay guy with a mullet, got a gun strapped to his hip, making tigers disappear. Making tigers disappear in cages around malls across the country, and then running for governor.
No,
holy shit!
He ran against Trump and for the president. Then he ran.
He ran against gun. I thought he ran against for governor. No, he ran for president.
He ran for president first. And then he ran for governor.
I forgot. I didn't. That's just. All right.
But I thought it was so bizarre. And even the way he said it, he said, and who wouldn't want to elect me?
So
a gay guy with a mullet, with a pistol.
David Grimpy. Show's over, man. I don't know why you're still here. Why are you guys still here? Literally, Red and I are just talking shit now. The show ended 4 minutes ago. You guys didn't know that? See, so that's why we're talking about this stuff. We actually should have turned the camera off by now, Red.
No, we should go back into Louie Eboli.
Oh, you want to talk more about Louie Eboli?
Yeah.
Or we could talk about the Alec Baldwin shooting. How come nobody's arrested there? You didn't hear about that?
No.
Alec Baldwin shots. Hey, listen to this. Talk conspiracy stuff. So the lady.
I'm inundated with Rittenhouse. I mean, that Rittenhouse trial is supposed to. Maybe they'll have a jury.
I've been watching that too. I've been watching that. That judge is getting pissed.
I like that judge.
That judge he's getting pissed.
Every time he jumps on that prosecutor, I go, yeah, I love it.
Yeah, no, they handed Alec Baldwin a gun and he shot like the cinematographer in the stomach. Now, and killed her. Now, okay, the actor was handed a loaded gun. It wasn't his fault, but it's not like he was shooting the gun at the other actor that he's supposed to be shooting the gun at in a scene. He shot the gun at the cinematographer and now she's dead. And she's somehow connected. Her husband is somehow connected to that Durham investigation. Oh, shit.
Wow.
See?
When did this happen? When did this happen?
I don't know when that happened. Okay, shot in the chest, whatever, JCC. But he shot this anyway. It's, when did it happen? Couple weeks ago, 10 days ago, something like that?
Dead center in the chest, hit the heart.
No, they say, saying in the chest, yeah. I'm just saying. So that's that. Anyway, maybe Alex shot the wrong person. Yep, maybe he whacked her.
I don't think he did it intentionally. I really don't think he did it intentionally.
Don Ciccio Porzalo. That scene never called for him to shoot. See, Bobble Bastone was a judge.
Okay.
Baldwin case is tragic and crazy. Yeah, well, hammer's gonna fall. Sure. Yeah. Karma shot Alec. Anyways, guys.
That was Natalie Wood's death. Natalie Wood's death was crazy too.
Yeah. Well, hey guys, seriously, it's been fun. We've hung out an extra 10 minutes here, and it's just because, again, it's been fun. You guys seem to all be having fun today. So what the hell? We're gonna be talking about Chicago outfit next time we're on, but it's not going to be next week because next week I have to work. So I don't have to work. I have a tour. So I have to take
real work. Out. This is not work, but real work.
No, today's actually, so Wednesday, I was telling Red, I'm just taking Wednesdays off. I'm just making Wednesdays my day off. And this is what I get to do on my day off. Excuse me, work on this, which is fun. So that's why, we're all over the place here. Yes, David Grimpy, we are all over the place, but we'll get on subject or on track next time. Maybe we'll do Rednesday at a different time on next week if we can do it still. I have to look at the schedule, but I know I have something overlaps this. So it may be earlier next week, or maybe we'll do it on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do that. But look, what we'll do is we'll post a thumbnail. So check the channel, guys. And hey, it has been an awesome.
I usually take the thumbnail and post it in Friends and Nobody Cares what I did about it. And
so check it there. If you're on Facebook, check it there and make sure, to see. And then you'll know what we're gonna do next week. But it's not gonna be at 2:00 on Wednesday. I could tell you guys that. So Red, thank you very much. And by the way, happy Veterans Day to all the veterans that celebrated that day a couple days ago. Thank you, Red. And
God bless you all.
Yeah, thank you all. And hey guys, it's been a good time, Red. I'll see you next time.